Hey everyone, Joe here from Don't Wake Daddy. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you could, it would really help us out if you could share this episode on social media, tell your friends, family, and please leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts because that really helps us out. It helps bring more visibility to the podcast and will help us bring more fun times and laughs and goofs and gaffs and fun board game times for you guys. So thanks again. Bye. Hey, this week on Don't Wake Daddy, we're playing Chutes and Ladders.
What'd you do this time?
I wrote on the walls. I was expressing myself artistically. Is that a crime?
You read some comics.
Oh, I read comics.
Scott, you can't read
Why would
comics.
you read comics, bro?
Evil. Comics are evil and devil stuff.
I just rescued a kitty from a tree.
Wow.
Rescuing a kitty from a tree?
It's the nicest thing you can do.
Guys,
We need to have an intervention.
they caught me reading comic books again.
I'm afraid of the voice of God came down and said that shit to me.
Sinful boy. No, slide down this slide. Minus 14 spaces.
Oh no.
You will never be a good boy again unless you save a kitten.
Why is that the most virtuous thing on here?
Welcome to Don't Wake Daddy, a podcast where three 30-something-year-olds play board games, nostalgic children's board games together, I should say. I'm Joe Rodriguez.
I'm Scott Eichenberry.
And I'm Marino Elijakis.
Oh boy, wow. Episode 2, fellas.
Let's
We on
go,
it.
baby.
Wow, who would have thought we'd make it this far?
Number 2, the fan reception of episode 1 was unbelievable. I'm in awe. I'm flabbergasted. Thank you all so much to our 150,000 subscribers.
Thank you, guys.
I'm a little overwhelmed, to be honest.
too much.
Hopefully this plays out like not unlike, every second iteration of like a piece of media, like Godfather 2 or Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, always episode 2 just
It's better.
dwarfs
Oh
episode
no,
1.
this is Attack of the Clones. Oh shit.
Which is good. It's a good movie.
It's good.
Oh, how you fellas doing today?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. This pod, I loved episode 1. The way everybody received it was so nice. Should keep bringing it up. Oh man,
funny.
everybody loved it. It's just like I'm excited to get back in it. This is, man.
It is funny because as of this record,
Yeah.
episode 1 is not even released yet.
No, not even released yet.
Yeah, to be absolutely clear, we have not released episode 1, but it's coming.
But it's coming, and we feel the
No,
hype.
it already came. If people are hearing this,
Well,
But
I hope.
as of this record,
as this is recorded, it is coming.
time is weird.
yeah, this week, this is our second episode of the record. Pretty exciting. This week we played a pretty riveting and exciting and thrilling game of Chutes and Ladders. But I guess before we get into that, like, have you guys been up to anything or doing anything lately? Anything cool or?
I mean, up to anything? Not really.
Just
But
vibing.
like, yeah,
Marino's
just
always up to something.
dude, I'm always up to something. I'm a fucking sneaky little boy. I was scratching my butt.
That's pretty
no,
sneaky.
man. I mean, big news. Finished a video game last night that I've been working on for like 2 years or something like that.
He did it.
I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2, baby. I finally finished it. I feel like I've been updating you guys for how long? Just like,
Yeah, you've been
guys,
playing that game for a minute.
I am 60% through the story, and that was like 3 years ago. It just took so long. I finished it yesterday. The main story, at least. I did not 100% the game because that would be.
Well, then you didn't finish it.
No, I'm not hunting every animal or whatever that game takes.
So
100%.
how many
take
hours
forever.
do you have logged?
Yeah.
I checked today,
Uh-oh.
and according to Xbox, because they do it by days, it's 5 days, 23 hours, and 23 minutes. So nearly
Yikes.
6 days, which is like 100. So 143 hours, 143 and a half hours in Red Dead Redemption.
100, dude, that's a lot.
That's what it is. bro.
That's insane.
And I enjoyed
140
every single moment.
Yeah,
It's just
that's great.
beautiful. I can't understand how like that. I spent that much time in that game, but it's like every moment I was just looking at the scenery and being like, "Why is this so beautiful?"
And you haven't even completed it.
I haven't 100%ed like,
Or, like 100%.
yeah, I guess like you're supposed to like hunt every animal and get every like weapon and clothing set. Like, no, I was actually like that was almost me kind of like towards the end just trying to get through the story, especially in the epilogue portion, which is pretty linear.
Yeah.
It's not as like all over the place like the main game, but the epilogue, which is pretty linear, and like I was just trying to get through it, man. Like, it wasn't a slog. It was fun, great story, but it was just like, damn, this is a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever put in that much time into a single player
Like a story,
narrative game.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played days. I put in like weeks in WoW.
Yeah.
but
Just
that's a
weeks?
different-
Be
I mean,
honest.
just weeks,
Probably
honestly.
more.
Probably
Be
just weeks.
Okay. Yeah, I put like 120 hours into Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
and
same.
it was my favorite game of all time.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Breath of the Wild is probably my favorite game of all time, and like Red Dead Redemption 2 is right there with it.
Wow. Okay, I gotta pick
Red
that
Dead
one up.
Redemption 2 is just something to look at. Same with Breath of the Wild, though. You like looking
It's
out
just-
at
yeah.
all the scenery, like
It's a
the,
vibe.
The way it renders and shit, it's just like, God damn, it looks great.
I'm more of a Genshin Impact guy, which
Oh
is
yeah, for sure.
for like Breath of the Wild, but with waifus in it.
And
yeah,
it's-
you got to have the waifus.
All I hear about that game is gachapon. Everyone just like that's a weird word, and I didn't really know what it was until Genshin Impact came out, and everyone's like, "It's a gachapon style game." I'm like, "What the? What's a gachapon?"
What does that mean, Joe?
You just like drop all your money on shit, right?
Well, I think a gachapon is like the little thing that you put a quarter in and you turn it and you get a piece of bubble gum out.
I thought it was a play on
Oh.
like gotcha.
Pawn.
No,
What?
maybe it's just the people who I talk to about this game. But
No, that
they
makes
say
sense though.
It's a gachapon game where you know it's like kind of randomized and you put in money and you get like a random character that you can play.
So like loot boxes, basically.
kind of, but
similar.
it's even like you get a bunch of characters and you can.
Like,
I don't know. It's dumb and I haven't even played it. So
Well, Joe likes it though.
I mean, it's okay. I haven't played that much.
Yeah.
Oh,
How about you, Scott? You been up to?
I don't know. I mean, like at the risk of dating this recording, E3 is starting this week because I mean we're talking about video games.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be kind of cool. I play a lot of Super Smash Brothers, and tomorrow they're probably gonna announce another Smash character. Fingers crossed for Master Chief.
If he is not in Smash, I'm gonna be so upset.
I'm gonna be so mad. No, not really. I don't really know who's gonna come out, but it's gonna be cool.
That's cool. I mean,
So I'm excited for
how
that.
often are they coming out with new characters for Smash?
I feel like it's once every like 3 months or so.
Damn.
They did Banjo Kazooie last year at
yeah.
E3. Banjo Kazooie and I can't remember the other character, but
how
yeah,
many characters are we up to?
like 75. It's an insane amount of
Golly.
characters.
For
I don't
real.
think I could ever get back into that game just because of like, what's it called when you can't choose? I'm stupid.
Analysis
paralysis. Like I just be like, I like them.
I'm Bowser, baby.
I'm
He's
Bowser.
big boy Bowser.
Well,
But yeah.
yeah. That's
What about you, Joe? What have you been up to?
You know what? Not a whole lot. You know, E3 is kind of in my radar, and of course I love video games. Have been getting back into Fortnite.
Oh,
Hell yeah, dude. Scott.
Scott,
What?
they put Kane in Fortnite.
They put Kane in Fortnite.
They put
Those mad lads did it.
They put Herald of Kane in Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
baby.
They put my man's the big goal scorer guy.
Is that his nickname? The big goal scorer guy.
He does such a good kick with his like he does his right foot sometimes. Also can do left foot or his noggin.
Oh,
He does like a
no.
bing.
He does it all. What can't he do? What can't the man do?
Herald of Kane, best Fortnite guy. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna get winner chicken dinner every
Hell yeah.
time.
Wait, what? That's PUBG.
Oh, oops.
And honestly, if Harry Kane doesn't get you, wait, there's Harold's chicken and there's Kane's chicken.
Wait.
Whoa.
Okay.
If Harry Kane doesn't get you though, dude, they put Rick from Rick and Morty.
Rick Sanchez.
Rick Sanchez is in.
It's good.
Rick?
It's the funniest game ever made now.
So funny.
funny.
Those characters. What about
Oh,
the brined cucumber one?
Oh,
What's his?
Pickle
Oh,
Rick.
Oh yeah, pickle Rick.
yeah, that's his name.
He's
That's-
salty and vinegary.
dude. That's funny as hell.
dude, it's funny.
I haven't seen an episode of Rick and Morty.
That's good. I mean, well, that's us catching up. This week's game was Chutes and Ladders.
Hell
Shoots and
yeah.
ladders.
It's a classic children's game. I mean, we played Candyland last episode, so this week's Chutes and Ladders, I feel like they're like similarly as popular or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, during research on this for this episode, I was surprised to.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll describe the game real quick. I mean, I don't think that anyone doesn't really know Chutes and Ladders, but you have a board game. There's a board rather. There's 100 squares. You get a little spinny guy, and you get a little kid character, and you go through the different squares. And if you find yourself at the foot of a ladder doing a good deed, you go up some spaces. But if you've been a naughty lad or lass or whatever, what have you, and you've done some naughty stuff, you have to go down the chutes, and that it's pretty simple. Again, there's no strategy or thinking to this game at all, like Candyland. But
you flick the spinner. It's 1 to 6, and then you just move that many spaces, and you do what you do.
Yep.
I was surprised though during research on this game to find out, and maybe this is common knowledge, but it friggin' blew my mind that. Well, in the UK, this game's called Snakes and Ladders. If you look up Chutes and Ladders on the wiki, it's called Snakes and Ladders. This game dates back to 2nd century India.
That's
insane. That's wild.
Like, it's just a game that has existed for centuries. And in like the 40s, I want to say, Milton Bradley just decided to I don't know. I don't think they got the rights to it, but they just like friggin' reskinned it, and it would be like if somebody like took checkers or chess and put like friggin' like little kids on it. It's like this is Gully Checkers or some shit. I don't know.
Gully
Checkers.
Gully Checkers.
That's the
Episode
best
3,
thing.
baby.
Yeah.
But that was wild.
That
that's
really
so-
surprised me.
Yeah.
I mean, imperialism.
For sure.
Just the UK just went over there and said, "Hey, this looks fun. It's mine now."
They stole it.
I'm taking
Sir
this.
Milton of Bradley, was it?
I don't. I mean, it predates Milton Bradley. Even
Oh,
I
that's
feel
true.
like it. I don't know when.
Is Milton Bradley an American company?
They've got to be.
Wow, that's a good question. I think
We-
so, but who knows?
We should know this being a board game podcast, but we're not experts on board games.
We're
just
not.
friends that like to play kids.
We're just hanging out, playing the board games that we remember or were part of the part of growing up in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mhm.
So, and this was definitely. I mean, I don't remember playing this in particular.
really.
I don't know if I had, but I'm sure I played it. But I don't think my family owned this game.
Mhm.
I don't think it was part of the regular rotation. But I definitely played it. I probably didn't like it as a kid.
Wow.
Because as we'll get to later, it's kind of long. It feels like a little bit longer of a game that has no skill or decisions or anything. It took a little while. So at least longer than Candyland did. But yeah, I don't remember playing this game when I was a kid. But I'm sure if I did, I probably it lost my interest in 3 minutes because
That makes sense.
I have no attention span.
I was talking. Well, Marino and I were talking before we recorded. Like, this was probably the first board game I can remember playing as a child.
Oh well.
Yeah.
How about you, Marino?
I mean, I couldn't name my first board game if you put a gun to my head.
Gun to your head. Hey.
Monopoly.
Okay.
No, honestly, if I remember anything from my childhood, it was probably messing around with my older siblings, while they were trying to play a real board game, and I was like, "What's all this then? What's this? A little dog piece on Monopoly?
You were like a little British.
Let me take this money. Let me take this money too." And they're like, "Get out of here, Marino!" I heard that so much as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, of course. I'm way younger than my older siblings.
Get out of here, stupid dookie.
Yeah, stupid dookie. But yeah, I mean, I remember playing this game though because when my younger sister, who's 10 years younger than me, was a baby. It was kind of like a rebirth of board games in my house, and especially I was an older brother. I was 12, 13 or something like that, and my little sister's 2 or 3, and I specifically remember playing Chutes and Ladders and Candyland with her, but I remember playing Chutes and Ladders with her a lot. I like Chutes and Ladders. I think it's cool. What I don't remember from being that age and playing Chutes and Ladders was the virtues and the vices.
Yeah.
I don't remember that being part of it, that you do good deeds and bad deeds, but that's always been in the game, but I think I just ignored it.
Yeah, since 2nd century India, that's at least that's what our cursory research. It looks like it's always been kind of a moralities lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The game has always been well, if you do good, you can do better and you're closer to victory or whatever, and if you do bad, then you slide down.
Snake.
It's always been a morality lesson, and I guess also a counting thing. But I mean, that's interesting because there's some type of a lesson to come out of it.
Guess
which,
so.
I mean, Candyland didn't have that.
Candyland. I'm upset to
Besides
find out that
yum.
candy is very yum. You're right. But I'm disappointed to find out that Candyland also did not originate from 2nd century.
Yeah,
I
I think it did.
It should
It
have.
had a cool thing though, kind of.
I mean, yeah, it had a cool
polio.
history. Polio. Who doesn't love polio history? Candyland was fun. Not Candyland. Chutes and Ladders. I remember I actually played it as recently, prior to this record. I played it maybe as recently as 8 years ago or something. I know I have a post on my Instagram where I was playing it with my nephews. They must have been I don't know, friggin' 8 years old or something. I don't know how they are now, but yeah, it's. I similarly do not remember the vices and virtues, probably because I'm a dumbass. But I just remember being oh, I'm really good at this game, which doesn't make sense. There's no skill to it, but I was rocking.
I mean,
that.
he is.
I'm good.
He's pretty good.
I'm
Pretty
good,
dude.
Do we want to get into, I guess, our gameplay then?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess leading up to this, none of us owned this game,
No.
so
We had to go buy this game.
we had to go buy this game.
Yes.
So we, I know that my parents had it, and I was snooping through a room, my old bedroom. My old bedroom from middle school and high school is just kind of filled with board games and old stuff of mine that hasn't been thrown out yet. But I know that we owned Chutes and Ladders and could not for the life of me find it.
For
So
sure.
Marino and I took a trip to some can't think
Thrift shops.
Thrift shops, yeah. I could not think of the word thrift shops. I'm dumb.
Pop and tags.
You got to think of Macklemore.
Macklemore, yes.
Think Macklemore.
Okay. He's a mnemonic device.
Yeah.
If nothing else. I mean, he also brings us jams, but so we went to some thrift stores. We had a great haul. I mean, we got some other board games for future eps. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
But we couldn't find Chutes and Ladders there, so we went to Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, man.
in retrospect, it's kind of Marino and I were on a mission, and it was two 30-year-old men just rushing into Walmart at full speed, going to the kids section,
Dude.
and we walked through the girls' toys aisle, and this is bad, and then we couldn't find the board games, and we're talking and shit, and probably not being mindful of what we're saying, which in retrospect, we're swearing in the kids aisle, which is bad, but
Sure.
but then we find the board game aisle, and there's this mom and her son, and we kind of really paid them no mind, or we don't realize this mom's rightfully probably freaked out that these two
Man.
adult men are talking shit about board games, children's board games. We're not looking at, what was it, Twilight Imperium or Settlers of Catan. We're looking at Chutes and Ladders, and I don't know. It's in retrospect, it was kind of a fun experience. It was an awkward experience. Would not do that again.
I
but
mean,
you may have to do
that
that
mom.
again.
Okay,
I'm not gonna rat on a mom.
she was a little bit off base.
Go
the
off.
way she looked at us, because yes, she was way far from her son. She was on the other side of the whole ass aisle from her son, too far from your own son. We had to walk past the son to get to where we needed to go. So we just walked past him. We're going to sit there and wait. No, we just walked past him. I looked up at her as we were walking past her son. She looked at us like we were about to snatch her kid, which I have no interest in your ugly son. So I have no interest in him.
Or you would have no interest in him if he wasn't ugly either.
Oh yeah,
You gotta
yeah. I
pick
wouldn't
it
have any. Okay. Hey, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, one second. Okay, wait. I had no interest in her son. I needed to get to Chutes and Ladders. So I needed to walk by this kid. I look up at her. She looked at us like crazy. Then we're sitting there looking at this kid. First off, this kid was he wasn't paying attention to anything. What was he even looking at? His mom probably wanted to leave. She was probably looking all crazy because she wanted to leave. And her little, snot-nosed kid was over there, picking his own ass. But anyway, I'm just trying to defend us and make us not seem as creepy as you may have thought as we were.
I was nervous, but then we got back. We played the game, and Scott, you kind of alluded to it a little bit. I mean, I had a fun time. Obviously, it's a fun time playing with the boys, but the individual, for the game that it is, for a game being involving no strategy, no thinking at all, literally just flicking a spinner and moving pieces. Each game lasted way longer than it should have.
Yeah, they were over 10 minutes for sure, probably 12, 15 minutes for a game. And like just the random aspect of this, and the fact that you can like you can go down spaces a lot in this.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that was a theme in Candyland also, because you could like grab a random card and you could get thrown back close to the starting space. But I mean, it was a little short. I do think, however, there was more like thematic substance to this game, because we could kind of see like, okay, you land on a spot and you go up a ladder, but it wasn't just like, oh, there's just a ladder here. You did a nice thing.
Yeah.
Like you saved a cat from a tree, which happened several times.
Okay,
Happened too
we
many
saved that cat from that.
He
cat
loves the tree.
That cat loves that tree.
That cat, man, I think it was probably 6 times we saved that cat from the
At
tree
least.
in 2 games.
That cat probably lives in that tree, and we're just yanking him from his home every time. He's like,
Should have
what
been a
the
slide.
Yeah,
and then one of the vices, like right after that, is you yank the cat's tail, which Joe apparently loved to do.
dude, I can't get
Yeah.
enough of
He
yanking
got that
him.
one a
little
couple
freak.
times. You save the cat from the tree, then you grab him by his tail and yeet his ass back up in the tree.
Yeah. Dude, like, okay, and I don't want to, like, keep comparing. We keep bringing up Candyland, but we've done one episode at this point, so whatever. Like, for a game like Candyland that has characters and worlds and all this stuff, zero thematic substance, to use what you just said. Like, this game actually had, like, little things like, oh, I feel like I'm doing a good thing by saving this cat, or I mowed the lawn, or whatever, little
So you
things.
get to
So
go
I
to the
do something like,
movies.
Candyland was like, you pulled a fucking red card, go to the red. Like, it's just, yeah, like for a game that has all those characters, you don't get to learn anything about the characters or anything like that. So, Chutes and Ladders, like, I feel like I know that cat.
Yeah,
You're well acquainted with that cat.
Yeah.
You and that cat were intimate, I want to say.
Which is why you got that slide that one time.
Yeah, that was one of the vices.
That was one of the
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So,
I'm in hot water after this episode.
so this game is meant to teach you morality, I guess, and I think we are all better people for having played this game.
Well, I mean,
Well,
except for me, because I didn't win.
Scott lost. So
we played twice.
Scott lost
Mhm.
both times.
Yes.
Oh, I guess there's 3 of us.
No, it's fine. You guys were both winners both times. I was the only one who lost.
Wait, just to make sure, people who are updating the Don't Wake Daddy Wiki,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
we have a win on the Joe side and we have a win on the Marino side.
And a big fat zilch.
Nothing from
for
Scott.
me.
Damn.
I'm the most sinful of the 3 of us.
You said
like
you were the
I
bad
said,
You're the bad
like
boy.
I said last week, I'm the bad boy. I'm bringing that kind of energy to the pod.
Hell yeah.
Marino's the baby, Joe's the dad, and I'm over here being the bad boy. So bad boys get 0 wins, and he's just like, I'm going to take my ball and go home. So bye.
You're gonna read your comics.
Oh my
Yo,
gosh.
I got on that like 6 times. No
I
doubt.
cannot believe that that's one of the vices.
One of the vices is reading comics. Like,
Okay. Yeah, I want.
let's get into the vices and
Dude,
virtues
yeah,
on the board.
Pull out, like
Where'd it go?
like
Oh,
there's
where's
so
the
many
board?
there's so many like different vices that are so goofy. Some of the virtues are actually like goofy. Like, I can't believe this is like a positive thing.
I don't understand the correlation.
And the vices
between-
are like mistakes.
Yeah, a lot of the vices are just clumsy,
whoopsie-daisies.
Yeah, whoopsie daisies that you wouldn't like necessarily reprimand anyone for.
Yeah.
like there's one where it's a little girl carrying like a stack of dishes, presumably after having washed or dried them, like doing a good deed, the chore, and she falls. Maybe
That's a whoopsie daisy.
And that's one of the longest slides.
Look, honestly, she was carrying too many dishes. It's pretty clear she had like 10 to 12 dishes in her hands.
yeah.
That's too many dishes. She should be more mindful. Take 3 dishes at a time. That's the lesson.
That's
okay?
the lesson.
Damn.
Damn. All right.
No,
Scott.
okay, that was not that bad, but I'm looking at the board right now. This one is kind of wild. So this kid, I mean, you're only losing 3 spaces in it, but this kid has his boots, his like rain boots in his hand, and he's just jumping in a pond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Innocent looking, right?
Puddle. A puddle or a pond?
A pond. Puddle. Yeah,
That's
he's just
fun.
jumping in a puddle.
Who
That
among
looks
us
like
hasn't
fun.
done that?
Yeah.
Slide back 3 spaces because you got sick for your sin of puddle jumping.
What you get?
That's
You,
just a
you
kid
get
having
cold through your feet?
He got the COVID.
Oh no! Did he?
Cut
Oh,
that. No, he did a bad one. He did a bad one by jumping in puddles. Everyone knows that puddles are sinful. Puddles.
I hate that Scott, every time he says it, he looks at me in the most aggressive look. Puddles are sinful.
What else
Puddles
is
are-
sinful, Scott?
Okay, here's some other sinful acts that you could do. Ice skating, where it says no ice skating. And, okay, this brings me to another point that I'm convinced.
Oh, my God.
I know. I'll pass off this board after this because we can read some more of this. But I'm convinced that the Chutes and Ladders universe does not allow children to read. I think because
Okay.
on Square 16, a little kid is reading a comic book, having a great time, but that apparently is a vice.
That's
And
bad.
he gets sent down 10 squares. And it's not even like the punishment at the end of the slide. He's just like sitting there staring
Yeah.
off into nothingness.
Yeah.
It's not like he's reading friggin' Hustler or anything. He's just like reading
Yeah.
a comic.
It just says comics on it, and apparently that's bad.
Yeah.
And I got caught on that several times, but there's like every other one, and specifically this ice skating one, he's skating, and the sign clearly says no skating.
No skating.
So he obviously can't read the sign or disregards it, but I think it's because he can't read
Right.
because the parents in this world
Yeah.
don't let their children read.
Well, that's kind of messed up now that you say that, because if they don't allow their kids to read, how is he to know that he can't? This is just kind of a, dare I say, fucked up dystopian society.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, dude, there's
Right?
it is a pretty dystopian society. It's troubling.
It's troubling. I don't, you know what? I would much rather take a stroll through the gumdrop forest
Yeah.
than be in the Chutes and Ladders extended universe.
It's a little troubling.
It is troubling.
One of these steps ups is literally just petting a dog.
That's a good.
How is that a virtue?
That's
Everyone
nice.
wants to pet a dog. That's oh shit! I'm folding the board the wrong way. That's honest. Two of the and that puts you up so many spaces, and then another one is just taking your dog to a pet show that puts you up so
Yes.
many spaces.
You win at that one.
Yeah,
the pet
the-
show
the winning-
is the win ladder.
Yeah, that's the win ladder.
I
But like,
guess. Well, and also like pet shows. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna get on this like soapbox or anything, but
Get on
I
it, Joe.
understand. There's like some like problematic stuff with like pet shows and
Ooh,
like
yeah,
pure breeding of pets. Like
All right,
that-
PETA.
that's not.
Watch out.
But that's not like necessarily a virtuous like
no,
Okay.
thing. What else have we got on there, Marino?
dude, this man. What? Oh, okay. So there's like the rewards at the end of each ladder, or some ladders. So the one kid's taking out the garbage. But the thing is, I just don't understand how one of the longest slides is that girl dropping the dishes. That's a huge slide. And then
Too many dishes.
literally this kid yanks this cat's tail. Yanks the cat's tail, and you go down like 2 rows.
I mean, but that's like 20. That's
So,
20 spaces.
dude,
And the, so
dropping
you're saying
dishes
you
puts you
compare-
down like almost 40 squares.
Yeah.
That's insane. It just doesn't make sense. Like sweeping up, you get to go to the movies and you go up 5 squares.
That's
like,
pretty cool.
That's actually pretty cool. I like going to the movies.
If I could go to the movies every time I swept, I'd be sweeping every day.
Just some of these vices are just bad. Looking awesome as hell. This kid's looking awesome as hell right here.
Was it-
Riding the bike with no
No,
handlebars.
yeah, I
That's
wish
so
I could do
cool,
that.
dude.
He looks cool as hell.
This is not a world I want to live in.
No.
I'll take a look at it. I think we kind of touched on everything here,
Yeah.
but let me just take a quick gander.
Wow.
I don't know that there's much to add about these current vices on here.
You know what? Oh, I gotta ask about the kid that's riding the bike with no hands. Does he even have a helmet on?
He does not have a
That-
helmet.
okay,
on.
okay,
never
look,
mind.
that's
probably
it.
what
Never mind.
is.
He's not looking awesome.
Safety first.
First.
Even
And-
though I'm the bad
Bad
boy.
boy.
You're the bad, but you got to be mindful of that because you can be a bad boy and be safe at the
Safe.
same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Evil Knievel
Bad
wore a
boys-
helmet.
And he's the baddest
He's
of
the
them
bad-
all.
So
Dude,
bad.
what's worse than bad?
Evil.
Oh no. I guess we touched on most of these vices, but just a few other like things like this little girl is eating cookies and then
Shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that.
which is not like inherently bad, and then but that's a vice, and then it looks like somebody walked up to her and just like socked her in the face and stole her cookies.
Yeah.
This little girl's baking a cake, and I guess that's a virtue. Like bakery is a.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's baking
And
a
the
birthday
one where
cake
the-
for her little brother.
And no wonder the dude is just planting some flowers.
he's gardening.
And
That's-
he's the one
nice.
gaining because look, the reward is he has some fucking flowers. He didn't give the flowers to anyone to be
he's
nice
just
about
made
it.
He's putting in it's the virtue of discipline.
I guess
Yeah.
the game was pretty like I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. It's fun, and you know
Gameplay wise though,
gameplay wise,
it's fun.
it was fun. It was a
Yeah.
little frustrating. You know what? This game this game, not this game, but an iteration of this game was frustrating enough to cause a one SpongeBob SquarePants to swear.
To swear.
He swore.
No.
Yeah. If
And
you can
that-
believe it.
And that SpongeBob episode, what was the name of the game they played?
Eels and escalators.
Eels and
My
Escalators.
sweet sponged
Your
Bob.
sweet SpongeBob. He
Yeah.
kept getting eels. Patrick kept getting escalators.
And he had to use a sentence enhancer. and then Patrick had to go tell Mr. Krabs.
Oh, yeah. Patrick, I'm telling Mr. Krabs.
What did he say? Piss or something?
They bleep it out
Oh, wow.
with dolphin sounds.
I heard you can though. I think there is like
pretty
the
funny.
audio does exist on the internet where you actually hear what SpongeBob and Patrick say.
No,
Yeah.
that's some
Do you think it's-
12-year-old kid.
You think it's a 12-year-old
Adding
kid?
in piss.
You think 12-year-old kids are that talented? I doubt it.
I don't know, man. You haven't seen some 12-year-olds lately. They're pretty smart.
Are they smart? I'll beat
They're
them in
pretty
Fortnite. I don't think so.
yeah, true. Actually,
Let me get my Rick
Joe would know.
Sanchez fit out.
Bro, you're not
Beat
getting
him.
it.
So yeah, I mean, this was obviously a pretty like what's the word? Not integral. I'm going to show off how dumb I am right now because I can't
Do it,
recall
baby.
words.
I said unanimous in the last one when I meant to say anonymous. I almost said it again like an idiot. So
Dude, the episode hasn't come out, but so many people have been complaining to
They've
me
been
about that.
complaining.
yeah, we've gotten a lot. Like my email is just blowing up. My personal email. They doxed me.
That Scott is a dumbass.
Stupid.
But no, I mean, obviously this is pretty much in the zeitgeist. Like when you think of board games, kids
Yeah,
board games, you
for
think
sure.
of Candyland, Chutes and Ladders, like Boggle, some other ones I won't name. Perfection.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, like this game is, I guess, it's funny though because I don't ever remember seeing commercials on TV. Kind of
Right.
like the Mousetrap commercial we've all seen and like
Yeah.
heard a million times. It's like ingrained in our memories. But Marino and I found some like a board game, like some commercials. So
Yeah.
that maybe I'll play and we can kind of comment on them. I guess this
Yeah,
is a
well,
segment.
set the scene. What kind of commercial we have?
Yeah, so this commercial right here is I'll do this first one here, which is just this is a commercial that looks like it's from the 80s, I guess, based on the the bad quality and this woman's hair.
So it's not from the 2nd century India.
It's not from second
Okay.
century India, if you can believe it. It's from 20th. Excuse me, I'm dumb. 20th century America, presumably. But it's a Candyland and Chutes and Ladders, funny enough, like commercial.
Yeah, it's like just
so-
a Milton Bradley preschool commercial, basically.
We
Yeah.
just did the duo, huh?
So I'll play it right here.
She's finally asleep. You really wore out playing these games.
She loves Candyland.
I loved it too when I was her age. You know, it was my first game. I win, Dad! And Chutes and Ladders.
She thinks that's so funny when I fall down her chute.
Sweet dreams, darling.
Like a child's dream come true, Candyland, Chutes and Ladders, and Uncle Wiggly too.
Your child's first games from Milton Bradley.
Okay, so that commercial has such a fun little like song at the end, which is so just perfect for the time. And then just it's a game all about like we played Candyland. Oh, we also played Chutes and Ladders. And then in the little song at the end, it's like and Uncle Wiggly too. Like what
Okay.
the fuck is Uncle Wiggly?
I have never heard of Uncle Wiggly before.
You're gonna
Scott,
have to get that one.
have you heard of
Okay.
Uncle Wiggly?
I feel like I might have. It seems familiar to me, but it's maybe just because of its like that's the era.
For the listeners,
But-
Uncle Wiggly. Oh, so the commercial we just saw was Marino. You said it, but like it's just like this mom and dad, and they're describing their history, their youth. They're playing Chutes and Ladders
I remember.
and Candyland specifically. Funny enough, it's a commercial for both of them, but. At the end of them, they sneak in this board game, Uncle Wiggly, which is just a rabbit that I have never heard of.
The only thing I think I even know about Uncle Wiggly was I think during us doing Candyland research, I came across the name Uncle Wiggly.
You know what? I think they threw that in the commercial because Milton Bradley Milton, he just
Himself.
busted into the writer's room for the commercial. He's like, you guys, you got to add Uncle Wiggly to the commercial. I don't care how you get it in, but you
You
got to get
guys."
it in. You guys got to add in Uncle Wiggly, or I swears to God, all y'all are going into Slammer.
Oh, he was gonna arrest them?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Milton.
Milton Bradley was a cop.
Did he have like secret police, like friggin' Henry Ford?
Yeah, he did. But
Oh,
it was like,
no.
it's like a 10-second commercial, and it's like, I remember these two games and Uncle Wiggly too.
No mention of Uncle Wiggly up to that point.
Beautiful, Scott.
Stupid.
Dude. Beautiful, dude.
I mean,
And that was just because Milton was like, "Use guys, use
okay.
guys."
Can I just say, and this has nothing to do with the commercial, but like in doing research for this, and this is going to make me seem like a dumbass, and like maybe show how unqualified I am to be on a board game podcast. But Scott, you said like when we were talking about this podcast, you said like Hasbro owns everything.
I feel like they do.
And
yeah.
well, in growing up, it's always Hasbro, Parker Brothers, and Milton Bradley, and I had always assumed that they were competing companies. And just in doing research, I found out Hasbro just owns them. They're just different divisions within Hasbro. And it's been that way all our lives.
All of our life.
Since-
Yes.
Okay,
When
I
you
thought
said
that
it,
was recent.
When
No.
you said it, I thought it was recent too. I was like, oh, they bought them recently. Dude, they bought Hasbro bought Parker Brothers in like the 80s?
Yeah, and then Milton Bradley in 91 or
In
something.
91. Like,
Genius.
our whole lives, Hasbro's just running the whole damn game.
Man, they got us on lock, huh?
They do. They
We're
really.
just free advertisement for Hasbro. Hey, Hasbro, get at us.
Please.
We would love sponsorship.
Yeah.
Let's well, I don't know if this other commercial is
Much different.
Is much different.
But it has that little line that I like.
What was the line in it?
The line was just like, Candyland are my first game. And Chutes and Ladders, now that's a good second game for counting or something like that. It's just perfect for this podcast. Like,
Okay, let me
first
play
and the
this
second.
and we'll see.
Want to play Candyland?
Sure. You know, it was my first game, too.
You remember?
I'll always remember Candyland. Milton Bradley makes special games for the play school years, like Candyland. And Chutes and Ladders is the perfect second game because it teaches counting.
Did they have Chutes and Ladders when you were little?
Oh, of course. Grandma played with me all the time. Milton Bradley games for the play school years.
And Uncle Wiggly too.
So this commercial did not have Uncle Wiggly, but it was again a commercial for both Chutes and Ladders and Candyland. And like Marino had just said, like the woman in the commercial said, Candyland was her first game and Chutes and Ladders is her second game. It's a perfect second game because it teaches counting. We're kind of following suit with Chutes and Ladders being
this curly-haired blonde lady is much like this podcast.
Right now, we're all 4 years old.
Yeah.
And I can't wait till we turn 5.
I'm gonna grow up. It's fun.
Love these preschool games.
Well, yeah, I mean that's really all I could find on YouTube for that game. But I guess before we get into other topics of discussion, does anyone have anything else? I guess we should
Yeah, so let's give the game a review.
we set the precedent that we're reviewing games or rating
I
them
think-
rather.
I think out of 5 snakes, I'm going to give this one a 3. 3 out of 5 snakes.
3 out of 5 snakes.
Because I thought it was. You know what? I'm going to give it 4. I had a good time.
Whoa.
I had a good time. I'm bumping it up to 4.
Okay,
Keep it at 4 snakes out of 5.
nice.
So, Joe, what's your rating on this one? How much fun did you have?
Well, it's a fun time with friends. I loved seeing like all the little vices and like the little things and just kind of like guessing what the kids like did wrong. It was a little. There's like not much, which I guess is kind of the pattern. There's not much thought or thinking or any sort of strategy whatsoever. So it's just spinning that board, baby. I guess if I had to give this a rating, I would give it 3 out of 4 tugged cattails.
Okay.
3 out of 4 cattails.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Marino?
So yeah, I liked it. I think it's fun. It's even though there's no thinking, it's cool to move up and like stuff happens to you based on what you. That's cool. So I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it 2 out of 4 ice skating boys.
2 out of 4 boys ice skating.
2 out of 4 boys
Yeah.
ice skating. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, okay. I get it.
Yeah. It
Well,
was fun. I think. Yeah. I enjoyed that game. That was fun. It
Yeah.
was fun playing with you guys. Again, I don't really remember what it was like when I played that as a kid, but as a big boy,
yeah, that was fun. That was
4 out of 5.
That's our review of Chutes and Ladders. Let us know how you feel about Chutes and Ladders. Send us an email at don'twakedaddypod@gmail. But I guess we have some segments, so it's segment time.
Segment time.
Let's go.
What? Cut that.
So we obviously, discussed that this game is about virtues and vices.
Yeah.
They're pretty mundane, like silly, everyday, day-to-day chores and whatnot. And, the Chutes and Ladders could use a little bit of a little pizzazz, a little spice in the year 2021.
We're gonna spice it up a little bit.
So, yeah.
Chef's kiss
what we
this
got?
shit.
Mwah. If you were to add your own like virtues or vices to be like new spaces on the board, what would you guys do? You guys have
Okay,
anything?
so I'm just gonna go with one virtue and one vice to start.
Let's do our virtues first.
Okay, let's do virtues. Okay. So my first this is stupid. My first virtue is if you're washing Daddy's stinky wrestler uniform.
Okay.
So
That's good.
You can wash his stinky wrestler uniform, and you take a ladder and you go up 11 spaces.
That's good.
Yeah, I think 11 spaces is
Yeah.
definitely worth it. So, dang, I had like a washing one as well, Scott.
No.
You know what? That's funny because I similarly had a washing one.
All right, let's do our washing
Washing
one.
Okay,
is
you go
the
first.
thing.
You go.
Mine is,
Is it going to be the same?
I was
as
going to say, gave your stinky grandpa his sponge bath.
mine? Okay.
What did Joe have?
I don't want to say, it
Say
now
it.
because yours
You
are
gotta say it.
wholesome.
It's
What?
written down.
Mine was cleaning off your jack-off socks.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, that's gross. Okay, my another virtue to move it along quickly from the jack-off socks. Another virtue of mine was putting in a good shift to the coal mine.
Okay. That's
Like the Fred Flintstone experience.
Yeah, no, I mean like,
The
the coal mine.
The coal mine,
Like-
not the quarry. I'm getting them mixed
no,
up.
not the quarry. Like putting in a good shift to the coal mine.
Okay, this is the only other virtue I wrote down.
Oh, and that one's worth 20.
Oh, for
Holy
sure.
crap.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a good one.
It's hard.
So-
supporting
That's hard.
your family.
This
I
virtue
get it.
goes with a vice right after it because I feel like they did the cat thing,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever. But this is my virtue here is volunteer to babysit the class gerbil.
That's nice.
That's nice.
That's
That's
nice.
like not that whatever. It's like maybe 6 spaces,
Yeah.
7
okay,
spaces.
That's pretty good.
Mhm, that's good.
Pretty good.
And what's the?
Oh,
virtue-
the
what's
vice is that
vice?
you took that class gerbil and you drowned it in your grandma's denture cup.
no!
Denture cup.
Why would- intentionally?
Oddly specific.
Yeah, intentionally. Dude. You're fucked up.
Okay, so my
Oddly
other vice,
specific.
or not my vice, my virtue rather,
Mhm.
is staying on the phone after you call customer service to leave a positive review.
Okay.
You know, when they ask you to stay on and leave a review? I'm a,
Xfinity.
yeah.
Is that an ultimate win? Nobody does that.
Yeah, dude, that's straight. That's
That's straight to the 100.
Well, those are our virtues. What about
wait,
vices?
I,
do you
I have
another
one more
Scott?
virtue. I have
Okay,
one
sorry.
more virtue.
Sorry, I don't have any more.
This one's dumb, but I'll say it anyways.
Say it.
Applying a tourniquet to stop all the bleeding.
I'm imagining like a nurse in the Civil War just like on the battlefield.
But it's a little kid. though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Probably what it was anyway back then.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually no, never mind. I'm
Okay.
not gonna say it.
You imagining on the playground?
Yeah, like like on the playground, like a little kid has an accident.
Oh, no.
It's horrible because I got in my mind like putting in a good shift to the coal mine. So I was thinking
Yeah.
like
Sure.
kids doing adult,
That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah.
That's
intense
funny.
adult jobs.
That's good.
How about vices?
Okay.
wanna
I
talk-
do have a couple vices more
said
besides the drowning of the class
I don't
gerbil.
Go,
wanna say
Marino.
that.
I got damn it. Okay, this is my less bad one. You forgot your grandma at the store, and she's holding fruit, confused, and walking around asking where her grandchild is.
Oh, no. That's so bad.
You forgot. Oh no.
Yeah, you drove her to the store. You're a kid. This is dumb, but you drove her to the store. You were her only ride home, but you left her there, and now she's going around asking where her sweet Samantha
Yeah.
is.
So
And the
this
people
is,
don't know who Samantha is, but she's losing it. Your grandma.
Oh,
It's a
no.
whole thing.
It's horrifying.
That's
It's
pretty
like
sad.
4 spaces because it's not that bad.
Well, I don't. Let me try to find
Joe
my.
really took a dark turn.
Let
on
me
this one.
find my least. Okay, here's one that's not bad. Doing crack.
That's not that bad.
That's not that bad,
That's
right?
not that
That's a
bad for a
vice.
children's board game.
Doing crack is. I think that's like three.
That's not that bad.
10 spaces down.
You know.
Not that bad.
All right. My first vice is scuffing up Daddy's J's.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
bro.
Okay.
Scuff
Hey,
Daddy's
80,
J's.
80, 80
That's all the way
spaces.
down to the bottom.
80
That's
spaces.
bad,
No way.
dude.
You
None of that.
can't scuff up Daddy's
Can't
J's.
scuff
They're
it.
fresh.
Maybe even bounds for like
You're done. Actually, you're out of the game.
You return your child to the store.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, no. Okay, this is the last thing I wrote down. This is my last vice.
Okay, I got a few more.
You take your baby brother's pacifier out of his mouth and shove it in your dog's butt.
so mean.
How many spaces?
It's like 43 spaces. It's
43
pretty bad. It's a
spaces.
long
Yeah,
slide.
dude, that's really bad.
That's messed up.
Okay, Joe, you got any other vices?
I mean, yeah.
Hit us.
Yeah.
go.
Well, I got one more. It's jacking off too loud.
No.
That's not good.
That's
Mommy
not
and Daddy are
good.
gonna hear you. You gotta
Be quiet.
You gotta be quiet.
That's bad, dude.
Yuck. Okay, I got two more. So, my second to last one, this vice I think is like 13 spaces.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is giving your little sister the people's elbow.
You can't do
Can't
that.
do
That's no good.
You can't do
That's no
that.
good.
Can't do that. I've done it.
Who
Can't
did
do
the
it, though.
people's elbow?
The Rock.
The Rock. The Rock did the people's elbow. Of
Fucking
course.
jabroni.
I guess I am a jabroni. And the last one, of course, this is worth infinity spaces. It's swearing in the girls' toy aisle at Walmart.
No!
No. Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay.
We did that!
Oh.
Infinity. Actually, you know what? I'm taking your wins. I'm taking. No.
Can
not
you
really.
do that?
Update the wiki, everybody?
Oh
no.
Scott
bad
has
one.
a side wiki that has demerits, and I'm handing out two to you boys right now.
Oh, no.
This is effed.
We got a Scott Demer...
Scott Demerit?
Scott
there's
Merritt.
there's some kind of
Scott.
No.
Bob.
swearing
Scott
in the
crap.
girls' toy aisle at Walmart. Can't do it.
Well,
Fine.
It's a big bad. It's a cardinal sin.
All right, fine.
So,
So,
yeah,
I got some for you boys.
what do you got?
hit me.
I had this idea.
Uh-oh.
So you know how like when we played Candyland and Scott decided to tell us that nice little fact about they were going to make that movie back in 2013 about Candyland,
Oh,
starring,
yeah.
starring the one and only Adam Sandler, baby.
The Sandman. He's great.
Yo,
Don't
he can
get me
do no
started,
wrong.
boys.
we love it. So Scott's gonna like this. Scott's gonna like this. So if they were to make a movie about Chutes and Ladders, starring Adam Sandler, specifically, what would that be about? What do you think? What do you think?
Shabba-dee-doo, going up this ladder.
Oh, I'm petting this
Shooba-dooby-dooby,
cat.
going down the chute.
That's so good.
That is really good, Scott.
that's
For
good, dude.
someone who doesn't like the Sandman, who doesn't appreciate the
That's
talent,
because it's just that stupid voice.
No,
That's
I'm
the only
saying
thing
that.
that's funny about him.
I'm not-
no,
And
I
they're
won't
like,
hear it.
hey,
I won't hear it.
teacher, I'm gonna do a fart. I'm gonna do a fart so good.
Find the Sandler movie where he does that.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was in there.
might be.
Billy Madison. It's in there.
He might do a couple
Find it.
farts.
He does. He probably does a few. Oh, he definitely doesn't do the. Never mind.
Yeah,
he
he
does.
Oh,
I think so.
sure.
He's a good fart
Okay.
guy.
So Chutes and Ladders movie starring the Sandman.
There we go.
He would be. He's a mild mannered elevator repairman. Who works in a very tall like Manhattan apartment or like building. He fixes the elevator there, and he falls in love with there's a romantic interest played by Drew Barrymore. Obviously, she's
Yeah.
just a resident
obviously.
there.
Uh-huh.
And then the building is an important building, and like it's has a lot of sentimental value to the residents.
Yeah.
And some big rich like asshole comes in and wants to demolish the building. I mean, arguably the building is already kind of like an eyesore in a bad spot, and probably like destroyed nature to be there in the first place. But some assholes like there's like, I'm going to destroy this building, but the building is the only thing that Adam Sandler knows as the elevator repairman. So
course.
he has to rally the town around and save the building, and the asshole is played by
Kevin James.
by Kevin James. Yes, he's played by Kevin James. That's my Chutes and Ladders movie story.
Okay.
So what?
So nothing about virtues and vices.
Yeah, there's no
No.
virtues and vices, and there's no chutes and or ladders.
No, he's an elevator repairman. He can either go up and down.
Okay.
eels and escalators.
Yeah, I mean,
Elevators and
What do you got, Scott, for movie of the year?
I don't know. I was thinking just something more literal and zany. You know, like
Oh.
the Sandman is.
He likes to do it. Scott's
And-
calling him the Sandman. Love it.
and he loves. I mean, yeah, like a rom com with Drew Barrymore, but inexplicably, if he does something bad, like a ladder, a slide just appears before him.
Yeah.
So
and
this-
he just literally slides down.
So it's gonna be like a zany, like kind
Yeah.
of like Click, where it's just kind of like a quirky
Yes.
fantasy.
But it
film.
definitely has something like some mean. Like he's probably like just died and he's trying to make his way to heaven.
Oh, that's a good one. And he can climb his way, stairway to heaven. That's what the movie's called, starring Adam Sandler.
Well, it's called Chutes and Ladders.
Ladder to heaven, shoot to hell.
Yeah.
That's what the tagline on the poster says.
Yeah.
Shoots and ladders. Ladder to heaven.
Shoot
Shoot
to
to hell.
No, that's a horrible idea. And
No, that's good. I actually
hate it.
like that better than mine. Like that'd be zany. Like
we could put
for
them
sure.
together. We'll get them together,
we'll get them together.
and we'll come out.
Is Nick
what's-
Swartzen in this one?
Nick who?
Nick Swartzen?
Oh, I don't know who that is.
He's in a lot of.
probably-
He's in a lot of Sandler movies.
Marino, do you got anything?
No. This is my segment. I just
No,
this is a question I posed to you two.
No, Norm Macdonald is in it too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Marino,
Norm Macdonald.
Who does Norm Macdonald play in the Chutes and Ladders?
He
movie?
plays God. He plays
I'm God. I can't even do Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, that's it. I
don't
don't
even
know. I'm
know.
God.
Yeah,
Just keep explaining that he's God the whole time. I'm God. Hey.
I'm God.
Well, wow, that was 2 segments for Chutes and Ladders. A very segment
Double it up.
filled game. 2 segments in 1 episode. Wow.
Wow. Can't believe it, guys.
Well, that was it for Chutes and Ladders. We had a very fun time. This has been the 2nd episode of Don't Wake Daddy, a podcast about board games. We got a lot more in the hopper, and we're really excited to bring more to you folks. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or any suggestions for the podcast, we would gladly welcome them. You can email us at don'twakedaddypod@gmail.com or reach out to us on Twitter and Instagram at don'twakedadpod. It's not Don't Wake Daddy Pod, it's Don't Wake Dad Pod. But yeah,
It's not confusing. It's not confusing.
it's not
It's
confusing.
not.
It
It's
makes
fine.
sense.
Everyone gets it first time.
If you don't get it, then I'm sorry. But I'm Joe Rodriguez.
I'm Scott Eichenberry.
And I'm Marino Alajakis.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.